All right, this is my Tiger Electronics slash Nelsonic LCD wrist game watch collection I've been working on for a few years. So, if any of you guys were a kid in the 90s or the 80s, because I know Casio Nelsonic was popped up around then, you'll remember these guys. So it's about time for me to go through and swap out my batteries. But I want to show you all these watches I have. All of them are functional. All of them play. There we go. Had to raise that one up. You get an idea. Mickey Mouse is the same. So this one here is unique because you see the speaker that actually talks. I think it says something like calling all cars, Big Tracy, blah, blah, blah. Street Fighter's cool. It's unique because you can actually choose your character. You get to pick either Blanka or Guile. The Sonic one, another very cool one. They made it go fast. Like all the choppiness, the blips, like how you see, let's see, here's the Little Mermaid. See how it's moving there? So Sonic is like triple, quadruple speed. So they actually made it fast for Sonic. I thought that was cool on that one. Old Radio Shack. They don't exist anymore, but I'm sure a bunch of us remember that as kids. This one's very cool and probably the bulkiest one I have. And this is my recent one I got. Very, very, like, ultra rare. Try to find a Mega Man 2, let alone one that works. Come up here. So, hopefully some of you guys remember these, man. Because when I was a kid, like, these watches, like, this was it if you had these. So, some of my favorites I thought was just ingenious at the time. You see, there's 4 Mario watches. You're probably not familiar with this one. You'll see he's wearing the cape here. This is an overseas version of the Super Nintendo one you see here in the US with Yoshi. But the thing that's cool about these, so if you look on these two guys here, and you notice the pipe, it was genius, man, to me that back in the early 90s, they had built in, when you make that pipe, if you hit down when you're on the left side of the screen on Mario 3, your character pops up on the other side of the pipe to the right side. And the same thing on the Super Mario Brothers watch here on the right. If you're standing on that pipe and you hit down, he goes from the top to the bottom. So I was really impressed with that on these Mario watches. Then we got Donkey Kong, Ghostbusters. These 3 here, if you're thinking they look familiar, these were actually toys, gimmies in Happy Meals in the early 90s. So these are very, very hard to find, very expensive. And again, if you find them working, but I hunted down and tracked all 3 of these Happy Meal toys from the early 90s. And then the last one of my collection, I got a Pac-Man, Q*bert, and a Nelsonic racing watch. So